Thank you very much. Good afternoon to you, Jurgen.
Hello, good afternoon.
Can I start off by asking you about Mo and Sadio? When did they both get back? Are they both available for tomorrow night?
No. Mo is back. He trained yesterday and will train today. Sadio is not back yet. It's a clear agreement with him. It'll be sad. Such a big thing. Obviously, everybody could see that celebration in Senegal, and there was no. We didn't want to stress anybody there and ask for bringing Sadio earlier back, so they should just enjoy it, enjoy themselves, and come back as early as possible. And I think it will be tonight.
Okay, fantastic. And on Mo, how is he? I mean, have you had to put an arm around the shoulder? How is he feeling? Because it was such a big disappointment for him Sunday night. But back at Liverpool is probably the best place for him to be with his pal.
No, you're right. He's very disappointed. Obviously, it was a massive thing. I think losing a final is always really, really hard. I can sing that song, but losing it the way they lost it is especially hard, and that's what he felt as well. So yes, he's happy to be back, but he is disappointed as well, massively so. So we spoke obviously and about the tournament, everything, and we will see. He will deal with that, of course, and I hope that today it will be already better. But yesterday, everybody could see, he still has the final in his mind.
Am I right in thinking that this is the first time since August that you've had a fully fit squad? And if that is the case, just how important is that? You're still fighting on four fronts. You're about to enter a very busy stage of the season. It's a tremendous boost to have everyone available.
Should be, yeah, absolutely. What do you mean August? We had in August the full squad available? Can't remember that. I actually can't remember any time in my career when that happened. So I'm really cautious about talking about it. Don't like it too much. But yeah. Hendo has a little bit back problem for the last game. Sadio's not here, so what is a fully available squad? But yes, neither issue will be long term, so that's good. Yes, we have to use that. That's responsibility now. So we have obviously quality there, but it's in life always the same. It's not important who is playing; it's important how we play, and that's obviously in different lineups we played some good stuff, but that's what we have to do and deal with the situation, all these kind of things. That's the job we have now. It's a pretty new one, but very exciting.
Thank you, Jamie. We go to Simon. Simon?
Hi, Jurgen. Just in terms of, can you hear me, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Just in terms of Luis Diaz is concerned, obviously he got that bump to his knee. I know you said at the time that you thought he would be okay, so I'm just double checking that he is okay and how he's been over this last week or so, maybe what you've learned about him and what he's learned about you.
Sorry, so we didn't spend the full time together. So it was for training sessions and these kind of things. We had obviously longer talk together with Pep Linders, who speaks Portuguese, so Spanish as well, and we could have a proper talk. He's a really nice guy. Liked a lot his contribution when he came on in the Cardiff game, and from there we go. Yesterday, yes, normal session. He enjoyed a lot. I'm not sure you could see some pictures of our training session. We started with a longer rondo, and I'm not sure I ever saw a player smiling that constantly during a rondo. So he enjoyed it, and the rest of the session as well. So that's all good. So yeah, I think we could see very naturally he fitted in the game in the last game, positioning wise, played exactly like we wanted him to play from a position point of view, but that's only the starting point. So a lot more to come, and we work on that.
And Leicester City, I think will probably admit themselves they're not in their greatest form at the moment, certainly in terms of the run of results. But history suggests that they've been a threat to you and your Liverpool team over the years. So what's the biggest worry with their visit this week for you?
No worries, but no worries. But of course, we have to be clear about a few things. So about Leicester, It's not about where they are in the season, or where they're on the table, how the season is going. They have an absolute quality side, and they want to respond. Obviously, not a good cup game. That's clear. The way they lost against Nottingham Forest, but that happened to other teams as well. And as a manager, you want a response, and the response would be now playing a great game against Liverpool. That's how I would approach it, and Brent will do that for sure as well. And yeah, but they're playing probably specific style against us, a specific system against us. Maybe was not exactly the plan beforehand, but it worked out pretty well. The players will play a diamond against us, and it was our fault that it didn't work out that well, especially in the league game. Worked out that well for us in the league game, and that's the situation. But it's just quality. It's a good football playing side, and extreme threat for counter-attacks, for balls in behind, these kind of things with Jamie and Iheanacho or Daka, whoever is playing up front there, and then a really football playing midfield. So yeah, it will be a proper football game, but it's at Anfield. So and we should not forget that, and we have to create together a very special atmosphere. We could start now this last period of the season. We have 12 games in from now to until the next international break. So with the Cardiff game 13, but now 12 coming up. And if we as a club, as a team, together with our supporters want to reach whatever, that the maximum for us, whatever that will be, we better start creating atmospheres on highest level. And Thursday night is a good chance to do that.
Thank you. We go Juliet, Ian Abraham,
and Jurgen, I was just going to ask you, now that you have almost a fully fit squad available, just a word on the players who have stepped in and stepped up with the absences of, Sadio and Mo Salah, and you've had the Brazilian players who've been away as well, and you've had injuries to contend with. Those players who've come in though and stepped up and kept you on this form that you're on.
There's so many, but are we talking about the young boys or the players who did all the
well,
other
the young
players?
boys and the players that haven't had some of the opportunities that they could have had in the past.
Yeah, but the young boys are great, absolutely great, and their future is bright. All this kind of thing. That's really cool. It's really cool, and that we could give them the opportunity to do it was great. That they took it was absolutely great, and the work with them will never stop. For all the other players, I don't know what you mean, who stepped in or whatever, because they're all Liverpool players, and that's the job. What we agreed on is, in a moment when you play, you have to perform. They're high quality players, so it's not that we never moaned about the quality of the players. If we had some problems injury wise, then the problem was the intensity of the schedule, because you play over 3 days. We have only 16, 17, 14 players, senior players available. So that makes it then tricky, but not the potential what the boys have, because they're all outstanding. All of them. If you sign a contract for Liverpool, that you are an outstanding player, I can tell you. And we think a lot about before we sign a player, so we know that he is pretty good. And then when there's a chance, then you have to perform, and it's what they did. So result-wise, New Year was maybe the best start in January we had so far since I'm here. I don't know exactly, or the best January since I'm here. It was probably still not brilliant, but better than others. And now we have to build on that. So and stepping in is a part of a football life, because you sit on the bench, you come on, or you start without starting the game before. All these kind of things. It's all about your own mindset. We try to help the boys with all we can, but in the end, and it's always like this, they have to deliver themselves with the help of all the other boys around, and that's what they did in a really impressive manner. And that's what we have to do in the next few weeks and months as well.
Okay, we'll take one from Ian, and then we go to Chris.
Hi Jurgen, how are you?
Carl from PA.
Good, hello.
Jurgen, I mean, you just said there the maximum for whatever this season might be for you. I mean, I'd like to ask you what, in your mind, you think that maximum is, because after the win at Palace, you're the only team now, realistically, that's going to catch Man City in the league. You're in the League Cup final. You're well placed in the FA Cup. You've got the Champions League. I mean, I'm not going to suggest you're going to win all four right here and now, but it's possible.
Yeah, you're right. When we talk about a maximum, it means winning all four. But you're right as well. It doesn't really likely, but we are not here to know today what will happen in May, end of May, and stuff like this. We are just here to concentrate and focus on the next game, and that's the only way I know to be successful, to win football games. And Leicester is for us the next one, the next big challenge, and whatever will be the outcome in the end. I couldn't care less in this moment, because how I said, we want to squeeze out everything out of this season, whatever that means. Means just we give our absolutely everything in each game, and you still have to accept you will not always get everything as a reward. But I don't know any other way than to give it a proper try.
Brilliant, thank you.
Chris from the BBC for one, and then Carl Markham from Press Association. And if we can have the hands up for the breakout, I'll get to those of you I can. Chris.
Hi, Jurgen.
Hi.
Joel Matip, he played 25 games in the last 2 seasons combined, but he's already played that many games in all competitions so far this season. Just how great has it been to have him available for pretty much the entire season?
Top. Absolutely. Top, and that's exactly the reason what we had. We had too many injuries on the centre half position in the last 2 years. That's how it is. That's why we struggled there. No times it was never the boys' fault. I remember one game against Napoli when we won the game and we're all celebrating in the last challenge. There was a challenge between him and I think it was Koulibaly. I'm not sure, but when he came down, he broke his collarbone. Was it collarbone that time? Sorry, he broke a bone, which kept him out for a while. And so. Yes, in life without luck is really difficult, and footballers need luck as well. And I hope we stay a little bit more lucky than we were in the last few years, because these boys are incredible talents. But the main thing they want to do is to play and to contribute to what we do. And if you are sitting outside with an injury, that feels really strange. And long may it continue that we have all our centre halves available, because it's obviously a really important position for us, the way we play. We need their really good players, and Joel is an outstanding player, I think. With a lot of time, I think people think about which are the best ever signings on a free transfer. I can imagine it would be a really close race between Millie and Joel. They both came here for free and are absolutely outstanding players, and nothing what we reached in the last few years would have happened without them. So it's good that Joel can play football this season, and long may it continue.
Okay, thanks, Chris. And then to finish this part of the press conference, Carl Markham.
Hi, Jurgen.
Hi.
Just to go back for one on Mo, please. I'm just wondering, is there any way you sense that you and the club may benefit from his disappointment, and that he's come back with maybe a greater determination to achieve something this season?
Greater determination as Mo has already had. Not sure that's human. Yes, it's what I said. The experience always, like playing a tournament, not knowing where it will go to, then qualifying in the hardest possible manner for the final, and then against the tournament, the favorite for the tournament for the win, playing a game like Egypt played was an absolute great final. When you think about what they all invested already before, both teams, and how hard they fought, and especially Egypt, how hard they fought to keep them quiet, this incredible talents of Senegal. And so yes, that all helps in the long term, but I don't think there's a lot of space for more determination in Mo's mind or whatever. He is very determined, and he will. Using these kind of things is the job of all of us. So that when you lose a final, and we are obviously the best example for that, when you lose a final, that's really hard, really, really hard. But if you use it for the next big game or next big tournament, then it can be at least helpful, even when it was still hard. So yeah, he will benefit of it, we will benefit of it, but in which kind exactly, I don't know.